Hey all of you out there in Eorzea, welcome to She Heals, I Tank, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. Today is Friday, May 29th, and this is episode 220 of the Shit Podcast. I'm your host, Vegan Pete. Always by my side is the formidable.
Also just realized I'm getting a 3-day weekend, Avi Ale here.
The fuck?
Memorial Day. Monday.
That was last Monday.
No, is it?
We had Monday off this week.
Oh.
You are the best and the brightest, I tell you what.
The reason I thought that is because it's my brother's birthday tomorrow, and his birthday usually falls on Memorial Day, so I was thinking I was getting more time off. Fuck, I don't want to work.
We just ruined your weekend already.
I know. Well, like it was like, oh, wait, oh. That's, oh.
You want to start over?
Yeah.
Welcome. No, we're not doing that. Thank you for being here, Avi. I'm sorry you are not getting a long weekend, but you do get to spend your amazing Friday with Final Fantasy XIV players, the best game in the world. Right, Avi?
Sure. I'm still mad that
it's like thinking keep track of the days.
I'm not alone in that right now.
It used to be a lot worse for me. At the beginning, I was like, shit, Monday feels like Thursday. Thursday feels like Sunday. I don't know what fucking day it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think part of it was like last weekend. It didn't really feel like I got a weekend. I worked like 14 hours every day on remodeling the kitchen. And so like, my break was starting to work, so...
I kind of lost track of the days again this week, but we did a lot of work. Oh, goddamn bots. Fucking up my chat. Fuck off, Kanapadong.
Oh, I'm like, what's happening? Pete, you don't have to worry about that. We got KK here to moderate.
I know. I just wanted to vocalize my hatred of bots.
Pete's been grumpy
Do you want to get famous? Make a sex tape. Do it the old-fashioned way. Thank you to everyone that are not bots joining us here at twitch.tv/SheHealsITank. Or if you're listening later on via the podcast, watching on YouTube, thank you as well.
Hi.
Can't believe it's May. I can't believe it's already over.
It's like June, yeah.
Thank you, KK McLeod, for 25 months. He says this message is 1 month off, and I believe that is true.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, it's almost June, which means next week is going to be the first episode in June. So make sure if you got something to plug, you think about it now.
Because there's not much to do in-game, so maybe you're doing something out of game.
Maybe you're getting to that content you've always wanted to make. Maybe you made a YouTube channel. Now is just your time to plug it. Just think of it. The great Hyper Pixie Gaming. She had never streamed before. She came on our podcast, announced her first stream, and now she's famous.
And dozens of you heard.
Dozen millions, I believe you meant to say.
Sure.
I'm going to say that. If Final Fantasy XIV can claim they have 16 million, I'm going to claim dozen million.
Sure.
And, of course, we would love to thank all of our subscribers from the last week. We got a lot of first-time subs, courtesy of some gift subs. We got Ash Bell Nova, Potatum 8476, Haxlex, Coco Gummy Bear, Jude Spookman, Judd Spookman? I don't know.
I'd
Clack,
say Jude.
Lane 78, Ekulf, St. John's, Alice Lufinia, Serenity 317, Phoenix 0220, and at 9 months we have Adlin. At 12 months, hitting the 1 year mark, getting that new sub badge. We got Voxna 7, and at 25 months we have moderator extraordinaire, streamer extraordinaire, KK McLeod. Thank you all so much.
And if you're here on stream and you see me making faces while Pete's saying those names, it's because that's not how it's spelled.
What? Which one?
There were a few. It's okay.
What do you think about Coco Gummy Bear?
I think it's amazing.
Would you eat a Coco Gummy Bear?
At least once.
You don't really feel like cocoa is a jelly flavor, like gummy flavor.
I mean, I like root beer jellies. Those were pretty good. And the
fuck is a root beer jelly?
Exactly. You never had a root beer jelly? Oh, they're good.
Had those hard little candies that look like a root beer barrel that tasted like root beer.
Oh, they're root beer jellies. They're all different kinds of things. So I mean, I'd give it a shot. I will try any food. Usually I say twice because the first time it may have been prepared badly. I'll try it a second time. If it's bad the second time, then I won't eat it again.
Just like anal.
No.
What?
No.
Hmm?
It's never happening.
What?
It's not ever going to be a thing.
We've got a hodgepodge of stuff to talk about this week. Couple pieces of news from Square Enix, and then some random stuff that you should feel free to call in to talk about.
Basically, please call in. There is not much content.
Speaking of which, bullshit. I've got content. I can make this show good. This is their opportunity to make the show better.
Oh.
If you would like to make the show better, feel free to call in.
Okay. My bad. I didn't realize there was so much content about in 14 to talk about.
I've got content up my butt.
Not the only thing up your butt.
They can't even see my hands. They don't know what's up there. Why'd you gotta tell? Like I said, hodgepodge of stuff. Feel free to call in.
And Chili said it right. And back to anal. He's obsessed.
You're the one that brought it up. Silence. Nailed it. Yes. I had tweeted out, what is the best food to eat while you're playing Final Fantasy XIV? We got some Twitter responses, but I'd love it if you call in. Let me know what you like to eat while you're playing Final Fantasy XIV.
Quality content here. Probing deep.
Hey.
Deep thoughts, guys.
If we get enough responses, we're going to do a bracket, and we're going to find out what is the ultimate food to eat while you're playing Final Fantasy XIV.
We know that this has been the thought that has been keeping you up at night. It's what other people eat while they play Final Fantasy XIV.
Chili, I thought you might say this. I am not stealing your snack podcast. For those of you that don't know, follow Maelstrom Radio. They and Chili, they're doing a podcast about snacks. We're not eating snacks. We're not rating snacks. I just want to know what people snack on while they're playing Final Fantasy XIV.
Why?
Because I was thinking of a bracket to do, and that's what I came up with.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then we're going to have, since we didn't get March Madness this year, we're doing a bracket of the best snacks to play while you're eating.
Totally an equal trade-off.
And if you don't call in, if you don't tell me what your favorite snack is, I'm just going to come up with my own. You all are going to have to vote on.
What about people who don't call in and just type it in chat like Esper just did?
You better start writing that down, Avi.
This is your bracket. You get to write.
Go.
No, you get to write this down. I think it's a ridiculous idea.
This is the best piece of content that this podcast has ever had. We've got popcorn from Esper Edelon.
To go to for sure. Alcohol is the best snack according to KK.
I thought about that too. I was like, if I'm picking a food and beer counts, it's definitely beer.
I actually like if I am gonna eat at my computer, I like flaming Cheetos with chopsticks because you got to keep your hands clean.
You can't play a dungeon and do chopstick Cheetos.
I don't
at the same time. Same time.
I don't want to eat anything with my fingers and touch my keyboard and mouse.
That's why I just get a bowl like a trough.
I guess that's why the popcorn is good. You can just like stick your tongue on it and it like sticks to it. But yeah, no, I don't. That's why I think I don't like the ideas because I don't want to get anything on my stuff. Like there's too much effort to keep it clean.
What about carrot sticks?
Too healthy, man. If I'm playing a game and I'm binging, I'm at red licorice. Okay, I'll give you that one. How about that? Red vines. Not. I'm not one of your. What's the other one? The nasty Twizzlers?
So,
no, not a Twizzler person here.
On Twitter, someone did respond with Twizzlers.
Red vines.
So I think in the first bracket we have, the first head-to-head matchup, we got to do Twizzlers versus Red Vines.
Okay. I think now you really are trying to steal Chili's snack podcast.
I don't think... Well, sorry, Chili, but I haven't listened to that one yet. So I don't know exactly what they're doing. What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
Okay, so that was one of the things you should call in with. The other thing is things that you used to do in Final Fantasy XIV that you no longer do.
Like play.
What's something... It's funny because it's true. What's something that you used to do in Final Fantasy XIV that you do not do anymore? I think we should have some good answers to that. And maybe there will be a prize. I don't know. And we have an old-ass interview I found, Avi, that I think we forgot to talk about.
Wait, Pete, that was like the lamest Like, you're like, we're gonna do something and maybe there's gonna be a prize. I don't know. Like, that's, you can't, you have to like plan and have an idea laid out and say this is how
I don't want people just to call in because there might be a prize. I want people to call in to
people
add to
don't
the
call
show.
in because there's might be a prize. If there's gonna be a prize, you say there's gonna be a prize. This is what it's gonna be. This is how the giveaway is going to work.
No, I'm not bribing people.
Well, no, but
I'm rewarding people, maybe.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you need to bribe people. What I'm saying is the way you said that is bullshit.
Call the show is what I'm trying to say.
You're trying to like fake bribe them. Like, you might get ice cream when we get home if you're good.
You might get backhanded.
You know what? You said that one rude thing, which means now you don't get the ice cream, even though you never had the ice cream to begin with. You're like that person.
I think my favorite response so far, KK McLeod said he used to cast Protect all the time. Does not do that anymore.
In Stone Skin.
But yeah, got an old ass interview that I found. I have like a list and then I check them off when we've talked about them, and I didn't see a check mark by this one. So I don't know if we talked about this and I forgot, but I don't remember going through some of these answers with you, which I think you specifically, Aviel, are probably going to enjoy. So we have that a little bit later on in the episode as well. But before we get to any of that, we have everyone's favorite segment.
The show is over? No.
That is not everyone's. That's the worst part of the show.
Greenleaf Minute.
It's the Greenleaf Minute. And with some new people joining the game because of getting it for free on the PlayStation 4, I've been seeing the question, when should I start on crafting and gathering?
Never. Never, ever, ever. Ever.
Why did you do it then? Why do you continue
ever
to do it?
Ever. Because I was bored. But I obviously wasn't bored enough to keep leveling them because I've stopped. The only reason to do it is so you can repair your shit.
Yes. Repair your gear. If you don't know what shit is, it's your gear.
It's so easy, it's boring, Misplay
says it's so easy to level now.
I mean, if you want to do something while you're doing something else and happen to be in game,
you might be able to level it during I guess even at high level stuff you can do other stuff when you're doing it because you just make a macro for it. But yes,
it's pretty mindless.
To really answer this question though, it depends on what your play style is. It depends on how much time you have to play, what your end game goal is. If your end game goal is getting to raid as soon as possible, you're probably not going to want to start crafting until you're already there and raiding. Because the majority of your time is going to be spent questing and leveling while you're questing. Honestly, like, leveling is going to be really easy. It's the questing part that's going to take up the majority of the time in Final Fantasy XIV, which might be a little different from other games. I don't really know because I never played, or I haven't played World of Warcraft in a long time.
Have you ever played it?
Yeah, I played it for like a month when it first came out, and I went straight back to Dark Age, a good game.
Crickets.
So yeah, it all depends on how much time you have and your end game goals. If you want to take your time, you want to experience a lot of what the game has for you. The game has to say, what the fuck am I talking about? Then I would say try leveling your gatherers at least with your main job, because gathering is pretty easy to keep up there and it doesn't take a lot of time. If you're leveling all your crafters at the same time, that can take a while just because there's so many of them. There's 8 of them compared to 3 gatherers.
So by the way, my answer would be completely different than everything you're saying.
Oh, that's fine. This is up for discussion, Greenleaf Minute.
Like, I think that if you're leveling a character with other people, so you're not like all your friends are max level and you're just playing the game essentially by yourself, waiting until you get to the day where you can actually run content with your friends that's somewhat viable, then I would put off leveling your crafters and your gatherers because hopefully if you have friends like that, they'll hook you up with some gil just because it's the nice thing to do, and gil is meaningless at this game. Like, and at that point, at your leveling, you don't really need a lot of gil yet. So I think if your intent is to level so you can play with your friends, which I think most of the people who start this game, that's what causes them to burn out, is that they're so far behind and it takes them so long to catch up. If you start also leveling your gatherers and you also start leveling your crafters, it's going to take even longer for you to get through all that content. I'm not saying like grind, level through it, but I mean, if that's kind of where you're trying to go, then I would focus on doing the story and going through content that way.
I'm actually going to have a little different perspective on that too. Yes, you want to get to endgame to play with your friends, but you also don't want to burn yourself out getting there. I think crafting and gathering is a great thing to do when you get tired of just your one battle class that you've been grinding on.
I think beast tribes are a better thing to do. I think pretty much golden saucer is a better thing to do. I think mahjong is a better thing to do.
There's absolutely
I haven't done it.
No like 100% right answer. It's going to be your play style. If you like to stop and smell the flowers and try everything that the game has to offer, then try crafting and gathering. If you think it sucks in 10 levels, give it up. You wasted an hour of your time.
But the thing is, the question is talking about when should I start leveling them when you're playing the game. Wait, let me finish my point.
Let me mansplain.
The crafted gear is not great in this game. So there is no reason for you to level your crafters other than the ability to repair your own gear, which you can pay an NPC to do. So there's no reason for you to level your crafters to make your main character better. That does not do really anything for your main character leveling. So if your reason why you're asking when should I start is to help supplement your main class, then don't worry about it. Do it when you want to, when you feel like you need a break and you want to try to do something else. But there is no like need to level your crafters or your gatherers if what you really want to do is level that main class. And I think because a lot of people asking this question are new to 14 and they're coming from other games, it is vital in a lot of other games to make sure that you level your crafter up with you because the gear is better. Crafted gear is better in other games than it is in 14. Yeah, for leveling. 14 is all about that dungeon drops. So
dungeon drops are really good, but I will say, especially now, you level so fast that you won't always get like a full set of gear from a dungeon. So it is kind of nice to
But you don't need it. Like, you don't need it. And the leveling gear is so cheap on the market board. And then there's also NPCs who sell gear that's the exact same stuff you would be crafting, except maybe like you would make it high quality, which you could also buy on the market board. There's no need to level them, is what I'm saying.
I'm coming from the position that if someone's asking this question, they at least have some want to craft.
No, because I would ask this question. I started the game and I started as a bard and I immediately like, oh, well, this means I should do woodworking and I should do leatherworking because those are the two crafters that are going to be the most viable for a bard in every other game I've played. And in this game, that didn't do jack for me.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Do you need crafting to level up? Is any of the crafted gear while you're leveling up better? No.
Nope.
Is it nice to be able to craft a fill-in item occasionally? Yes, it is nice to be able to do that.
Can you buy that same item for 500 gil from an NPC? Most likely.
Is it nice to be able to craft some of those items so you have them in your armory chest when you try out a different job? And
if that's your thing.
There?
Or what all you do is
Why are you trying to be devil's advocate here?
Because that's the whole
thing.
Some
people like to do this.
I know, but that's my point. That's my point with all of this, is if you like to do it and you want to do it.
That's what I've said the whole time. It depends on your play style.
Okay.
Why are you trying to say, like, I'm trying to say everyone should do this? No. Like I said, if you try crafting and you think it sucks, stop. You don't need it.
I apologize if it came off as like trying to say everything you were saying is wrong. I very much think a new player coming into this game who's never played Final Fantasy XI views crafters and gatherers differently than someone who's played the game for a while. It's literally like a side job thing that you can do if you want to. It's not something that's going to necessarily benefit your main class.
If you like Gil, it's a great thing to do.
It's expensive when you start.
Now, if you do leave quests, I never understood people that said it's so expensive to start crafting. I crafted, I did leave quests, didn't cost me a fucking dime. Like, I always
Because you also went and gathered all of the items. Like, you put a lot of time to do that. You don't spend a lot of gil, but you spend a lot of time, which then you're even longer until you've leveled that main class.
Not that much time.
It's a lot of time.
Be smart about it. Use the big old brain. Use a leave quest. Because you're not doing leave quest to level your main job. That's for damn sure. That's one of the least effective ways. You might do a leave quest if you need, like, one more thing and you don't want to do a dungeon.
I'm agreeing with KK. Time is money. Time is money.
What else you doing with your time, guys? Leveling your questing? No.
I'm doing a lot.
So I'm coming from the perspective that you have at least some interest in crafting. If you don't have any interest in crafting,
You don't need to do it.
it's a great way to make money even at lower levels. You can make skins to make gil.
Or you can just send your retainers out to do it.
You can make glamour gear that sells for a lot of money at even lower levels.
You have to do a lot of research to find the lower level glamours that make a decent amount of money.
A lot of research. You look at the market board.
Well, and then you have to figure out which job you need to level to make that. Like, there's research involved.
Boxcarosaurus, or sorry, I always say Boxcarosaurus instead of Boxcar Strauss. Probably has the biggest negative of crafting. You run out of inventory space fucking quick.
Yep.
When you start out crafting and gathering, especially if you're saving all of your gathering items. When you're not sure if you need them for crafting or not, then your inventory can get really cluttered really quick.
I think if I were you and you wanted to level crafting and gathering, I would wait until you get to Ishgard. Because you've got the Ishgardian Restoration, which is so fast to level your crafters and gatherers that it's like the most efficient way to do it. So focus on leveling your class until you get to Ishgard, and then if you want to craft there. That's my opinion on that.
I would say craft if you start to be like, oh my god, this questing is taking so long. Crafting just to break it up. Avi, it's so easy to burn out in this game.
No,
just
I
from
agree.
Crafting.
Just from leveling. I agree. I'm not saying.
I mean, just from me questing.
I'm not saying don't take a break from questing, but I'm shaking my head no because that is not the thing I would do.
It's not about you.
I know,
Some
but it's
people
not
like
about
it.
you either. Why are you like? I'm literally giving the other opinion.
I know, but I've already conceded that opinion. If you don't like it, don't do it. But if you do like it and you don't know when to start, if you start getting burned out, give it a try. See if you like it. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm not saying you have to like it. Don't know why you're fighting me so hard on that.
I didn't think I was fighting. I literally thought I was giving another opinion.
I would also suggest that if you are interested in crafting, that you pick one that kind of matches up well with the main job you're using. So if you're going to make some gear, it is useful to your job. So if you started out as a tank, then I might pick armorer and blacksmith to be able to make your gear and your weapons, and then goldsmith to round out any accessories that you might need. That can be helpful. When you do that, you might have to buy some stuff that is from leather workers or weavers, the components. Gray honey badger is actually had a really good point. That the problem that I had was when I was living through the Ishgardian Restoration so quickly was that you had to go back and do the 26-ish job quests per job. Yeah,
that's very true. I actually probably need to do that for all of them myself because I haven't done like any of those job quests.
I actually view that as a problem for normal jobs now too, that we level so quickly. I got my warrior to level 50 and I had to look up what quests I had done. I did the level 30 quest to become a warrior from a, what are they called before that? Marauder? And I hadn't done any after that. So I had to do level 35 to 50 job quest on my warrior to get my
I had the
abilities.
same issue with Fisher because I leveled my Fisher from Greg Company turn-ins and random stuff. And then you in order to get mooch and really essential abilities as a fisher, like I didn't get into ocean fishing because like I couldn't mooch, which is kind of important to get the bigger fish and stuff. So it's like a little asterisk on all of this is don't forget about, and that's every job. Don't forget about your job quests. So it applies to crafters and gatherers, and it applies to your war, your this type of war, whatever the hell it's called, magic.
War and magic
jobs. Don't forget to do your job quests. That's across the board.
Honey Badger also adds doing all of them at once was like doing the post A Realm Reborn quests, and yeah, and that's another thing that's up to your like personal preference. I don't like grinding hardcore for a long time. I'd rather do like a little bit at a time. And that's why I enjoy doing them all together. I'd level my main job, and then I would level some gatherers. And then I think my crafters were a little bit after my gatherers. And I liked breaking it up. I get really bored really quick, so I love to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's just your personal play style. Maybe you hate doing that and you just want to, maybe something's really annoying to you and you just want to get it over with. Like you want to be an armor later on so you can make that stuff, but you don't really enjoy it and you just want to burn through it. It's
Or don't
totally
do
up to
it.
you, or just not do it at all. Totally up to you. But if you come from the perspective of you enjoy crafting, you want to know when is the best time to do it. If you're in no rush to get to endgame, I recommend trying to keep it around the same level. You don't have to be so extreme about it, keeping them the same level all the time. A 10 level gap is fine. Don't take it too seriously. Just don't burn yourself out is the biggest suggestion on any content in Final Fantasy XIV, because you can make it as intricate or as casual as you want. And I prefer to go the little more casual route, not try to get it all done at once. Chili says, did you mention the best benefit repairing gear? So yeah, that is something to mention. I think we did casually.
I mentioned it because that's literally the only reason I leveled them at all.
We did casually mention it, but maybe we need to explain a little bit more. To be able to repair your gear, you have to level that crafter to within 10 levels, I believe, of that gear. So if you're a level 20 Marauder, you need to have at least like a level 11 armor to be able to repair your plate armor. You have to have a weaponsmith to repair that axe. So whatever crafting job makes that item, that's what you have to level to be able to repair it. So if you want to repair all your gear, you're going to eventually have to level all your crafters. And really, to be an endgame crafter in Final Fantasy XIV, you do have to eventually level all of the crafters. And that's probably my biggest complaint with crafting in Final Fantasy XIV, is that if someone wants to specialize in one particular craft, they can't really do it. You have to level them all. Even though we have a thing called specialists, it's not really a specialization other than you only have access to a couple housing items. That's about it. You have anything else to add to this very much more contentious subject than I thought it was going to be?
I'm trying not to talk because you said everything I said was argumentative.
Now let's move on to Avi's favorite segment.
It's the tweet of the week.
It is the tweet of the week, and like I said earlier, I tweeted out what is everyone's favorite thing to eat while they play Final Fantasy XIV. I think my favorite answer came from Brian at Photocyclist. He said, street tacos and lemonade. What do you think about that, Avi?
Your desk is disgusting.
Tacos for me, not something that I can eat neatly, especially street tacos, because street tacos are a little bit smaller.
I think that was the point of the tweet, is that they picked the messiest, stickiest foods to reply with.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think they're legitimately eating street tacos and lemonade at their computer desk?
No, that was the joke. I think you totally missed the joke.
I totally picture them eating street tacos and lemonade. They were my hero for eating street tacos and lemonade at their desk. You're going to ruin this for me if they're lying about this.
Sorry. Not sorry. It's a joke.
I prefer to think it's not a joke. I'm putting this into
when you
the
bite
bracket.
into street tacos, and I'm assuming they're meaning like crunchy tacos, it crumbles, and generally there's like shredded lettuce on it.
I feel like street tacos are normally a soft tortilla.
You live in San Diego. You do not know where Photocyclist lives. And you've never lived anywhere but San Diego, so street tacos in other parts of the country are more like Taco Bell-like. Just saying. Crunchy little tacos. That's what people think of as tacos, are crunchy. Soft tacos are a different region sort of thing. They either squish and ooze and drop pico de gallo and lettuce everywhere, or they crack and crumble and drop pico de gallo and stuff everywhere.
Caterpan says, street tacos and lemonade while gaming. I have a new goal.
Yep. And then lemonade's like the stickiest drink you can think of other than soda, I guess.
Chili doesn't even know what street tacos are. They're like a little, in San Diego at least, I don't know what
they're tacos.
I don't know what the fuck the rest of the country's doing. It's usually like a small corn tortilla filled with usually meat. Sometimes you'll get potato or cactus.
Pete, you're literally just, it's a smaller taco. You're just, he knows what a taco is.
Yeah, it's usually like I don't know. I don't know what these fucking British people do over there. I don't think they even have tacos. That was my British accent for tacos.
That was
Tacos.
horrible.
Nailed it. But yes, street tacos and lemonade was my favorite answer for my stupid question on Twitter. Avi, let's get into it. Something that you really thought was awesome, a new optional item that's being added. Or has been added.
Yep. So finally got some new announcements this week. And I feel like this is something that's, I don't remember if this mount was on the Korean server first or what.
I feel it was somewhere else.
But I remember like hearing about the Peacock mount, the Kingly Peacock mount, but I actually never saw pictures of it personally. Thank you, Chili. It is Korea. Chili, you have rice in your tacos? Honey, no. You don't put carb on your carb? What the fuck? No.
Told you about those British people, man.
You don't know shit.
I know everything.
Anyways, it's a really, really, really gorgeous mount. I think it's actually one of the prettiest mounts I've seen. Like, I think if I bought this mount, I don't think I would use another mount.
Really? You like it that much?
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I really think it's beautiful. I do it. Well, it's like, so the peacock colors, Pete, are like, my favorite colors are like turquoise and like kind of a jadey green and like rust colors and like all of those. It's like literally all the colors that make up this peacock are my favorite colors. So I think it's beautiful. Like if it had a little bit of like coral pink, we'd be like sold. But so it is account wide, which is really awesome, and it's $24. And they also have a Peacock Attire that
I brought up the peacock really quick just so people can see it. It is pretty damn beautiful. I love the feathers in the back.
It would be cool if there was an animation option, sort of like how, you know, the Christmas bear throws the other star, whatever, throws the present, and like the different mounts have the different actions. It'd be really cool if the special action it had would be like its tail fanned out. That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
But I'm not like gonna hate on it because of that. I think it's really, really, really pretty. They do show a male Mikote sitting on it, and he's sitting side saddle, which I think this is the first time I've seen a male character sit side saddle.
Male? That looks like a girl to me.
That's a male Mikote. I can tell from the tiny, like maybe not.
I think that's a girl.
I was looking at the tiny picture, so I'm not gonna have time to log in. Maybe it is a female. It's hard to tell.
Pretty sure that is of the female persuasion.
So I'd be curious to see how the different races and sexes sit on the mount. It's always like kind of interesting to see.
Dude, if I sit on that thing cross-legged like I do on that fucking cloud, I'm gonna be so mad.
So I was gonna say it can. Oh, Ace is saying it does have an animation. See, I haven't seen the animation. If you have a link, I would love to see the animation. I will watch that right now. The Peacock Attire is beautiful. It's like a robe with like a, I think, very Korean inspired robe, and then it's got like the peacock sort of embroidery along the back. It is dyeable.
Yeah, from the front I don't really like it that much, but once you see it on the back I like it. Yeah,
the tail does fan out. Oh, Ace, it gets even better. See, that's what I was wondering. Okay, Pete said it didn't, and so I just like was assuming it didn't. I had a really long work day, so I'd have not had a chance to look at anything. Cool.
I didn't see it either.
I know, I just said I was just trusting what you said.
Oh, that's your first problem.
Pretty much. So the attire is $18, which consists of a hat, robe, gloves, skirt, and shoes. It's really nice that we're getting all 5 pieces again. I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to assume Pete was right. I just didn't have time. Allure, oh, thank you. You just gave me the link for it, so I can see what this looks like. I'm gonna make sure I mute that. Oh, and a Mioni link. That's where I would have gone too.
Where else would you go?
But I'm just gonna like hurry up and I just see it. Yeah, it opens up. It does exactly what I was hoping it does. So it's literally the best mount in the game.
That Kingly Peacock gonna get all the hens.
It's beautiful, you guys. It's a really cool mount. They did everything about it's fucking perfect. Yeah, if you got $24 to spend and like the booty, it kind of got like a little bit of a turkey butt going on from the behind.
Well, I think that's kind of how it is.
Peacocks are thinner than turkeys. We had a lot of peacocks on our property growing up.
Did you know that a peacock is actually, like, that's not the name of the species? The peafowl. And the males are called peacocks and the females called peahens.
Didn't know that.
Look at the big brain on Pete.
He knew something, or at least he thinks he does. You gotta fact check him,
Or
guys.
I might have just lied to you all.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Just made a new thing up.
Fact check me.
Thank you so much for sharing that link. It's beautiful, you guys. If you haven't seen it, check out Mioni's video. It's a quick, like 3.5-minute video.
Hey, 3.5 minutes, pretty long.
That shows the animations and how the character sits on it. It was really cool. The Mogstation also has a sale on Fantasias right now. You can get one for $7 and normally $10, and this is US prices. 3 for $19.60 or 5 for $31.50. So they are approximately 30% off. So you collect those Fantasias, now is a good time to grab them for sure.
That still seems like a lot of money for me for Fantasias.
Holy fuck, Chili, you did not just do that.
What'd he do? Tell me what he did.
Chili's a better husband than my husband.
What?
He just bought me the peacock mount.
Oh my god.
Said, sounds like I had a long week, honey.
Chili's on deck right now.
You're so sweet.
Should we bring Chili in?
Sure. I might just use this peacock mount so I can show you guys on stream.
Hello, Chili. Are you able to hear us? Oh, I can't hear Chili. Damn it, computer. Work. All right, Chili, don't blow your load quite yet. Let me figure this shit out.
Oh, by the way, you guys, Pete even locked me out of my Final Fantasy XIV account when he tried to set up the account on the PlayStation so we could do the test to try to do the free 30 days. So I got like legit fully locked out of my account. Couldn't get in. I was getting like mad. And then my account was originally set up by him. So it's got his name. And then he answered the security questions and he has no idea what the answers are. And did you know, quick little Greenleaf Minute, this is my actual Greenleaf Minute that I learned today. If you do not know the answers to at least one of your security questions, then you cannot change your security questions. Can't change the answers, can't change anything. So that's just hope you don't ever forget your password if you don't know your security questions.
I feel like she's just doing something wrong. All right, Chili, try talking again. Let's see if we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, Chili.
You didn't have to do that, sweetheart.
How are
Thank
you doing,
you.
my friend?
My
I'm
God.
not too bad, thank you. How about you?
We're doing pretty good.
I'm tired.
Did you call in for anything in particular, or you just want to tell Avi congratulations on the mount she won for being tired?
I'm going to slap him so hard, you guys.
No, you were talking about people who wanted to call in about snacks.
Ah, Chili. Well, why don't you tell the people what your new podcast is? This is podcast number 99 for Chili.
Oh, you joke, but next week it's going to be a ridiculous amount of podcasts.
You're crazy, dude.
I think I've got 7 lined up.
Seven?
Seven podcasts in 1 week. My God, Chili.
In 4 days.
4 days.
When do you sleep?
What's sleep?
All right, Pete, let's move our characters to the FC house so we can see my mount when it arrives. This is totally happening. I'm like so excited. You guys don't understand. I'm gonna all my glamours are now going to have to be like choreographed to match this mount.
Okay, Chili, the snack aficionado. What do you got for us? What is something you like to snack on? I think you even responded on Twitter. You said you don't.
Yeah, I'm not much.
You don't like to snack when
really.
you're playing.
He's not coming with me to the
No.
FC house. You can.
I don't really like to snack while gaming, just because that's the only time where I stop myself from actually snacking, because I'm too busy thinking about something else.
And it's really
but
easy
I-
to lose track of your calories when you're snacking while playing as well.
Yeah, you're not supposed to
Yeah.
eat and distract yourself with I do all the time. Sit and watch a movie
Yeah,
and eat
'cause
the
then it's
entire
not-
bag of chips. No shame.
So, if I have a choice, can I have a choice of sweet and savory, or just sweet?
You can have multiple snacks. What are some of your favorite snacks, Chili?
Well, recently I've been getting into squashies.
Okay. Fucking British people. What the fuck is a squashy?
It's a. You'll actually check sound bites later on for that as well. But it's a soft wheat with. I think it's strawberry and milk flavor. It's really good.
Wait. Say this.
Strawberry milk, so like a strawberry ice cream.
But is it like an ice cream or is it like what's the
No,
texture?
it's like a soft chewing candy.
Hmm.
It's like half and half of each. So,
Okay.
pretty good. I also like munchies.
Which are?
I've been really enjoying this limited edition flavor they've got, but they are small chocolate cubes, I'd say. Kind of cubish shape, but they're more they're not pyramids, but they're like that sort of shape of cube.
Like a Toblerone?
No, not really. Like, as I said, they're cubes, but they kind of have a bigger base than they do tops.
Okay.
No, they're pear-shaped.
No,
Yeah,
like
basically, but
okay.
cubes.
And
they have a small biscuit center covered in caramel, which is then covered in chocolate.
oh, that sounds good. So it's like a crunchy
Yeah.
cookie.
Or in America, it's like
Yeah.
Is it a milk
caramel
chocolate or a dark chocolate?
It's a milk chocolate.
Son of a bitch.
He can't eat it because
right.
he chooses not to eat it because there's milk in it.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Actually, I had trouble finding a lot of dark chocolate here, just because a lot of dark chocolate also has a nut warning.
Yeah, it's because it's made in the
It's
facility.
very limited for me to get it.
Yeah.
All right, well, two good suggestions for stuff to eat while you are playing Final Fantasy XIV. We'll add those to the bracket.
And if I sounded distracted, it's because I was constantly clicking on the mailbox, going, "Send me items, send me items, send me items."
I mean, it can box it, you know. Yeah, fish and chips while playing. You know me.
By the way, I'm
Actually,
sorry, this is not super podcasty, but Chili, I totally thought about you yesterday. I was cleaning out like the closet, and I was like, "What is this box?" And I was like, this is the item I got for Chili at Comic-Con last year that I'm supposed to give him at FanFest this year." It was a little the Dragon Ball Z figurine I bought for you, and I was like, now I don't know when I'm gonna get to give it to him. So just so you know, I was thinking about
Just
you.
keep your fingers crossed. Maybe it will happen.
Yeah.
At least it is. Will there even be a fan fest? Probably not, Gray. I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, no, I don't
Well,
think so.
maybe we'll have the UK one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
that's
UK one.
That's February, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. But you know, it's one can hope.
Just keep your fingers crossed, okay?
It's hard to type that way.
Well, thank you, Chili, so much. Thank you for the mount that you're so generous to give Avi.
You have no idea how long my
No
freaking week
problem.
was. It like even matches the colors I picked out in my kitchen. I swear I got like a peacock kitchen right now.
Also, Gray, before I go, I want to say I wish we could have fish and chips, but all the fish and chips are closed right now because of everything that's going on.
And that is one of those things
Even
that you
though they
can't
take-
like make it home the
even though-
same.
Yeah, I can't really make it at home, so
But even if you could try, Chili. You can do more than you think you can. I believe in you. But fish and chips are
no.
hard.
it's the frying part that'd
Yep.
be a hassle.
Yep, it's a pain in the butt.
Especially as I've said before, how my flat is designed.
Mm.
For some reason, the fire alarm for the whole building, because I live in a flat, which there's different flats in this building.
Mm.
The fire alarm for the entire building is above the oven.
Oh, for the entire building. You told us to that last night. I thought it was just like your
Yeah.
in unit fire alarm.
Can you just like cover it with like a plastic bag or something?
No, it's right above.
Completely like seal it with tape and like be like, no, there's no fire here. I don't know. Oh,
And then there's another fire alarm to set another fire alarm off to warn everyone else right next to it.
oh, yeah. So it gets loud. That's fair.
Yeah. So no, I am gonna try and fish and chips because chances are everything's gonna not set on fire, but at least go off.
Well, if I could send you fish and chips, I would, but I don't think they would make it.
Yay! No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be tasty. They wouldn't be tasty at all.
They might make you sick.
You can log into Uber Eats and just put in his address.
Well, no, as I
They're
said,
all
we
closed.
don't have any.
They're all closed. You said they're not operating right now because they're not as dumb as the Americas are right now.
Have you seen their prime minister? Yes, they are.
Our prime minister is pretty dumb.
Oh no, he
I
is.
don't
But
go too much, but let's just say going out for a drive for 30 minutes is all I'm gonna say. If anyone that knows UK news, what's going on right now, they'll understand that.
For those of you that don't know the UK, they're formerly from the European Union.
oh god,
Thank you, Chili.
yeah.
Anything to add?
Have a
Do
good
you want to plug your snack podcast?
You should.
Hey, episode 2 of Sound Bites has just gone live on Maelstrom Radio and Moogle Gravel on Podbean. We ate some different snacks. He ate a limited edition Toblerone, and I ate some Galaxy Caramel Button.
I love the name so much. Sound Bites.
So if you want
it's great. Susan came up with that.
I can't believe it was even available.
If you want a podcast about snacks, you get some US snacks, you get some UK snacks. You can't go wrong with Sound Bites. Find them on any podcatcher out there. All right, Chili.
Snack-based, snack-sized podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Chili. Thank you so much. Where were we, Avi?
We finished talking about the new optional items, and now I'm like stress clicking on my mailbox, wondering when it's going to get there.
Well, maybe it'll be there after this next piece of news from Square Enix. Oh my god, can you believe we got two pieces of news from Square Enix this week, Avi?
Well, one of them is where they're doing a thing that I said they should do, but they only kind of partially did it.
Yes, a collaboration event is back. No, it's not Yokai Watch. Not quite yet. Keep on waiting. It's the Final Fantasy XI collaboration, The Maiden's Rhapsody, Memories of an Unseen Realm. The intriguing tale, bringing Vanadil and Heidelin unfold once more as a seasonal event. I think I copied that wrong somehow, or
Yeah.
they wrote it wrong. I thought I had done this before, because I remember like the gear. I definitely remember seeing that gear before. And
I have it.
I thought I had it. Maybe I just saw it on you. I don't know. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna log in just to check. And I went to that quest giver, and they had the quest for me.
Yep, they did not have it for me. So that is the one kind of a bummer. Like, it's cool that you can get the gear. It's the Amatsu Togi gear. It's like a samurai looking kind of red gear. It's not dyeable. But it is a fun piece. You get like a really cool, my favorite part of the piece is the red like bandana sort of thing that you get that ties around your head. But I don't remember the quest. And I really, really wish that, I actually would have logged in to redo this quest if I'd have been allowed to redo it, because I don't remember it.
I should have had you do it on mine then, because I skipped cutscene through all of that motherfucker, because I did not play 11.
But that was like, my whole thing that I said was like, it'd be really cool if they brought back these old collaborations and we could do them again. And they did, but they don't let you do it again. Like, I don't care about the rewards, but it would be really neat to be like, have these collaborations come back and then just be able to run the content again. Which, yes, you can make an alt and you can run it, because I'm sure you'll have to be like level 15 or something to run it. It doesn't say on the website what level is required. But, I don't want to make an alt to do it again. I want to just be on my character and run this quest again.
You probably
30. Chili's is 30.
You probably already have an alt that you could log into.
But that's not the point. I think they should have just, this game doesn't encourage the creation of alts, so they shouldn't make content that encourages the creation of alts.
Truth. You feel punished for having an alt?
Why would you feel punished for having an alt?
We talked about that a couple weeks ago, remember?
Okay.
No, she doesn't remember.
I don't remember punished being part of it. I just remember that it's not encouraged.
Yeah, so if you've already done this event, you cannot do it again. So the first one happened in 2015. I obviously didn't do any of them, but I thought I had done the 2017 one, which is when it came back the second time. But apparently I did not do that one either. So
you're the worst.
If you've been playing from the beginning, now's your third opportunity to do this event.
I seriously saw, because in our Discord, we have a Lodestone channel, and I was like, oh, cool, it lit up when I saw this one. I was like, oh, that's so cool. They're bringing old events back. I'm totally going to log in and do this again. And my immediate response was, well, fuck you. You're not letting me do it again. That was my immediate response on it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it'd be hard to just, uncheck that you did it or something like that.
Well, you just wouldn't get the rewards at the end.
Let you do it again.
You already have these. Okay, complete the quest. I don't know. It just, yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Just get 3 of the item if you want.
And by the way, for the sale for Fantasia potions, Chili's a Sweetheart and just gave us the UK prices. So a single one is €4.03. I don't know if you say, I don't know what actually the decimal, 4.03 euros,
Pence?
11.27 euros, and 5 is 18.12 euros. 22.45 pounds and pence. Pete got a thing right.
Fuck, what else do I do but get things right?
Piss me off.
Come
on, that was funny. I still don't have my mount yet. I keep requesting it. They're gonna have a dozen requests from me.
I moved my buttons around. It took me a while to find that lower button. I almost hit.
Vaginas.
Grey Honey Badger says, don't piss Avi off. She knows where you sleep. And she's the one who washes the sheets. And she's the one who makes the bed. And she's the one who knows where everything is.
Dude, I do not need a made bed.
I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know so much.
Do you?
No.
Do you know so much?
Yes.
Maybe you can teach me some lore then.
Oh, but can't teach him to make the bed, guys. Not even half of it. All right. So
I know, I just refuse to do it. Marital squabbles.
wait, didn't you just add a sound bit that's going to be perfect right here? No, you just added one.
Sloppy.
Too low.
No, but that's no, Chili. I'm so good at making the bed though that all he's got to do is pull the corner up, and he can't even do it. He can't even do it.
You only make your bed because you were in the fucking military.
I make the bed because I love tight sheets. Tight sheets are life, man. That's like seriously, like a freshly made bed.
Dude, I fucking hate hotels. I rip that shit off.
No, a freshly made bed for me is like in my top 5 favorite things in the world. When you climb in, it's all like nice and tight, and it like hugs you. Like that is my favorite. Love that.
The only thing I like tight is
Vaginas.
that's
Hi,
awesome.
Trailer.
Best one I've done yet.
Yep, sure. All right, Pete. It does not have a lot of unusable mini pillows, Gray Honey Badger, because I have one big unusable pillow. That's it. That just goes on. Easy. Exactly. That was your best sound bit, actually. All right, so Yojimbo from Kugane Castle is actually a previous Final Fantasy character. Where is this
Wait, start over.
Yojimbo from Kugane Castle is actually from a previous Final Fantasy.
10.
You got that right.
Yep.
Yep. I'm actually revisiting questions to see if you've learned, but I know you've learned that because you played it. Yeah. So, but that's actually, I did do like great. Oh, you recognized it. All right. So let me go back and see if I can ask him another one and see if he knows it. All right, Pete, don't look at my computer because there's color coded stuff over here. All right. I wanted to start recycling old questions. I actually figured he would get that one right because he played 10 fairly recently, but I don't want to keep making questions. Well, actually, you got all these right. Let me pick the ones you got wrong. Nail Van Darnus died in battle, and his sister Eula took his name and become Nail. Wait.
False.
I don't have the answer on this one. I don't have the question on this one. That's all it says. All right. In the opening movie
Quality content.
for A Realm Reborn, the warrior is wielding the relic axe. What is the name of it?
Wait, what?
In the opening movie for A Realm Reborn, the warrior is wielding the relic axe. What is the name of it?
Is this multiple choice?
Not anymore.
Fuck no, I'm not gonna get this. Give me multiple choice, I might have a chance.
Oh, KK, you sent it to me. I was like, I don't have the answer on here. I don't know. It's like if it was true.
Oh, I knew it was true.
Ragnarok, Gay Bulg, or Bravura?
Shit. I always want to say Ragnarok, but I feel like I got that wrong.
I'm trying to cover it up so you can't see it, so I'm awkwardly like reaching across my.
But I could have outsmarted myself on the last time too. It could have been like I might have been like it was Ragnarok, but I went with
Change the tab.
Gay Bold, Diebold. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, that's not good.
Look, there's a move called Ragnarok, right?
There's a what?
Move ability.
Oh, I heard a moo like a cow, and I was like, I don't
Moo.
know what you're saying.
Fuck. Hate this one because I know both those words. I don't know that third word. Fuck Ragnarok. I'm probably wrong.
You are.
Fuck Gaybold.
No.
God damn it.
Bravura.
That's what I said.
Not at all.
Shit.
All right,
Hey, I got the first one right.
I'm going to start revisiting. So, Pete, in the opening movie.
So what she's trying to say is she needs y'all to email her,
No.
DM her some more
No,
questions.
I think this is funny. I'm going to keep asking you the questions you got wrong before.
Ragnarok is a relic weapon. Bravura is OG relic. What the fuck? I've got too much stuff in my head. I can't remember the fucking name of relic weapons.
By the way, TJ, thank you again for this question. You were the one who originally stumped Pete, and you stumped Pete again. And I think that's partially due to the brilliance of the multiple choice that you offered.
Double stumped.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pete. So yeah, I'm going to start just revisiting on busy work days. When I'm tired, I'm going to revisit questions that you got wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because why not? That's what learning is, guys.
I'm so confused on this episode, Avi, because we spent so much time in the beginning vamping. I don't know how long we are or not.
My mount is still not here. It's been about an hour.
We have a lot of stuff I had picked, but I want to get to this. I mean, I'm only like a year late on this interview. It was from last year's E3, but I figured since we don't have an E3 this year, we can probably get to it. This one was from Variety, which Variety is not exactly a gaming, like, vehicle.
By the way, Gray Honey Badger's like my soulmate. They just asked, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Like, that's
what
I
brain?
say every day, all the time. I literally said that to Pete before we started the episode because he was having issues with an application.
Dude, fucking Stream Deck fucking my life up today. All right, Avi, this one's from Variety. It was an interview that they had with Yoshida at last year's E3. Dancer has traditionally been a healer in past games.
Yeah, bitches.
Was it difficult making that class a ranged DPS and having it fit with the Final Fantasy lore? And since you're in game now, I'll answer this question.
Yes, you will, because I want my mount.
Yoshida said, no. We did not find any sort of difficulty. He said, no, wasn't hard at all. We made that bitch a DPS, and we didn't even look back. Avi's still trying to get her
Can I
mount.
just say that this game needs, like, the ability to delete multiple messages at once? Like, all I want to do is click, like...
Have you hit the actual button that makes it refresh?
Fuck your face. Yes, but KK, if you read chat, said, Avi, delete your old messages because my inbox is potentially full. So I was deleting those from the purchases and rewards section, and then now I'm requesting my new one again. It'll probably come immediately because that's my life.
So Avi, Yoshi P says, no, wasn't problem at all making Dancer a DPS. Doesn't seem upset about it at all. Next question. Any Western games or creators you would like to work with at some point? Would you like me to continue answering, or would you like to read?
He says, I feel like I did read this. He says, Diablo and World of Warcraft. Simply put, I'm a big fan of Blizzard, which we all know. If I'm given the chance to be creative director on a new Diablo, a Diablo 4, I would drop everything at Square Enix and move over to Blizzard. Like, we knew that.
No, that last part was the part that I did not know.
You didn't remember that?
I knew.
Oh, I remember that.
Knew he was a big World of Warcraft fan.
Oh no, yeah, he's like, peace out, bitches.
I did not know he would be like, yeah, I love Final Fantasy, but no, I'm dropping y'all and I'm moving to Blizzard if the opportunity arises. That was interesting to me. I did not remember that one. So. Maybe we talked about this one. I don't know. I didn't check it off.
A Gray Honey Badger just says Dancer heals. It has Curing Waltz. Curing Waltz is like the equivalent of having frickin' 2 bottles of hydrogen peroxide in your hands while you're dancing. And you're like, I've sanitized it. Like, and then it's already back to hurting again.
I did that at my best rave. You told me you like Cyberpunk 2077. Did you play The Witcher 3?
He says, of course, yes. I have not, but I just actually got it and I really want to play it.
Could that world ever fit?
The possibility is there, yeah. We heard that somewhere. I'm afraid we don't remember when or where, but we heard that one of the leads in the development team for Witcher 3 is an avid 14 player. And we were talking about if there's an opportunity, it would be great to start a conversation. This is not a game, but Game of Thrones is a very interesting work. Yeah, this must have been before the final season. And it might be cool to do something with them.
This is why I think you would like this. Unfortunately, I don't think George R.R. Martin was at E3 this year.
Just finish writing the books.
I'm upset with Weiss and Benioff on how the show ended.
My fucking mount still hasn't arrived yet, and I just cleared out all the items in the freaking thing. Okay. Oh my gosh. If we start talking about Game of Thrones, we'll never get through the interview.
So Yoshi P, not a fan of how Game of Thrones ended this year.
I don't think I know a single person who's a fan of how it ended.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of how it ended, but I'm not as upset as how many people are.
It's because you don't appreciate quality writing.
No, I appreciate quality writing, but I also appreciate that those people were hired to adapt a work instead of
this is not a Game
writing
of Thrones,
a work on their own.
Pete, this is not a Game of Thrones podcast. We're not going to talk about this. You're wrong. It's fine.
Can we do a Game of Thrones podcast next week?
No.
Oh. So yes, he's not a fan of Game of Thrones ending, but he would like to have a Witcher 3 crossover event. I wouldn't mind The Witcher in Final Fantasy 14. That'd be pretty tits.
I think I would rather it like be put off until I've played the game that I just got, because watching the show is not the same thing at all, Pete.
I've heard the Final Fantasy team really likes eating at Panda Express whenever they're in America. Why?
I love it. I feel that my palate is not very high class. I love the flavors that are very strong, something that is not complicated, and something that is very easy to grasp. Oh, and cheap.
And that's like, I don't know. I just love answers and questions that lead to answers to someone's like a little insight into the person instead of just like the regular answer that you get from every developer and stuff like that. The interviewer leads on, yeah, in Japan, American-style Chinese food must be difficult to come by. And Yoshida answered, there's a new Panda Express location in Diver City Mall in Odaiba. Will I go all the way to Diver City Mall to eat Panda Express? Maybe not. Whenever I come to America and I have Panda Express, it's really good.
I kind of want some orange chicken now.
So we have...
Say it. No, he's like, I'm vegan. I don't even remember what that shit tastes like.
We also have a Chinese restaurant called PF Chang's. And apparently PF Chang's has taken off in China. Like, Chinese people like eating the American version of Chinese food. And I think that's an amazing turn of events. I don't know. They did the fucking reverse Uno card on them.
All I can think about is orange chicken and my irritation at the fact that my mount still hasn't arrived and I cleaned out my inbox. Guys, this is not cool.
He gave you a fake code.
I know. And I even tried registering it again, make sure I register it properly. And it's like, you've already registered. Bitch.
Maybe he posted it in a general chat. Someone got to it before you.
No, I did it. And I did it on the right account.
Okay, so let's get to one that I posted on Twitter earlier. I asked Twitter, what are some things that you used to do in game but you don't do anymore? My example was I used to take chocobo porters everywhere.
Like, I thought it was weird.
You remember this?
No, because it was weird.
Because I would like take a chocobo. This is when we were playing a lot.
Like, he wouldn't teleport to me. He would make me wait for him to take a chocobo porter because it was cheaper.
And I'd take a chocobo porter. The price was only part of it, but I also didn't like riding the chocobo and having to control it. I liked being able to just hop on the chocobo porter and walk away.
Yep.
Go do something else.
And leave me to wait. That's what annoyed me. I don't give a shit if you're going to use a chocobo porter. I mean, they are handy for certain elements. Yeah. But I'm standing. This is before I think the ring wasn't up or something. And he just like, no, I'm on a chocobo porter. You always acted like it was about the gill. And I was like, you're such a dick. You're just a dick, which is true. So
Bad Professor says, I like chocobo porters. I can go get a drink, change laundry, whatevs.
I used to use them too. I don't use them as often. They are nice when you're leveling a character before you've got a mount.
Yeah, and they tried to add it in the other ones with like falcons and whatnot, and I never used them.
Oh, I did.
After that.
I used them.
Once I unlocked flying in an area, I was like, I'll just fly everywhere.
Stegarok said, what if I log out and back in? Grey Honey Badger says, it once took me an hour to get something I purchased. I'm going to log out and back in.
I think when that happened, they had not added eternal bonding. Internal bonding's a whole nother thing,
disgusting.
Baby.
Yeah.
They had not had eternal bonding in the game when I was still using the chocobo porters.
It was way back in the day.
So we were not able to use the ring to teleport
and the ring is only available like every 15 minutes, and he's a cheap fuck.
I think it's 30 minutes, isn't it?
No, it's like 15.
Internal bonding is the night of eternal bonding.
Oh, chilly. That should be a t-shirt.
So yes, let's get to some of the Twitter responses to this. Tim Westbeast, aka @ScottishBastard, I literally ran everywhere, not knowing there were porters or teleports or even my own chocobo.
Oh, honey.
Which I didn't get till about level 40-ish.
No, I actually got my Chocobo kind of late too, but I was like all about them freaking Chocobo porters. Like, and then I realized like I was behind on the MSQ quest because I was running around and doing all the side quests I found. And then I was like, I think I'm still bitter about that because I don't do like any side quests unless I know they're good now because I did so many that I like had to catch up on MSQ quests back in the day.
I was a complete noob, but it passed the time waiting on cues to pop while I was maining a bard back then. So
Me
yeah,
too. I was barred back then too.
having to run everywhere does cut down on that queue time, I guess, kinda, or cuts down on the feel anyway. Bad Professor says, "Wait, is Pete a cheap fuck or a cheap fuck?"
The second one.
Second one. Mars Angel, aka Mars Blood, said, "I used to walk from Olda to Gridania and then to Coorthus while waiting for Q to pop, see how far I could get before it popped, or just walk for memory's sakes."
That's a lot of walking. People like to walk a lot before.
That is a lot of walking. Broly489 says, "I used to pay to repair my gear. I used to only click on abilities."
What? Oh, honey. Oh no. Like with the mouse click? Oh God. Yeah, that'd be bad. My thing kind of like this was I was, when you do a quest and you got to turn in an item. Pete was playing next to me and I just like randomly said, I freaking hate how you always have to find the stupid thing in your inventory so that you can then like turn it into the guy. And Pete's like, oh well, you can right click on the item, the key item to return, and then it selects it. And I was like mind blown. Also, signing out and back in did not give me my
He
map.
says, "Now I mix clicking with keybinds based on the move. I rarely click an ability. I used to have Limit Break as a clickable ability just because I fat fingered it a couple times, and then I just told myself to get good and not fat finger that Limit Break.
The only time I click abilities are when they're like ones I rarely ever use, and because I do use the Nostromo, not Nostromo. I still say Nostromo because that's the gaming pad I used when I started. I use a Logitech gaming pad, and I'm like, I need to click return or rescue, which I never use. I'm like, fuck, what button is it? I'm just gonna click it. That's when I click it because there's a lot of buttons for Scholar.
KK McLeod says he used to train chocobos in the stable.
Yeah.
Like the idea of helping out FC mates, but found out the XP gain is 1% of the bar, and it's just better to take it out and do fates and the challenge log.
That's the thing. I used to garden, and I used to level my chocobo.
You used to put all that cracker root into the FC chest so people could take it out and train their chocobo.
Yep. I made a ton of onions. I got really good at the Thavnarian onions.
Those are still good. Because you only need, 10 of those? Because you don't need any before level 10, and then you go 10 to 20.
To go to the next, yeah. No, those still sell well. I'm lazy now.
Yeah, those sell well, and they're really good if you just want to donate them to your FC so people can level their chocobos.
I should check my inventory. I probably have some I can give to FC people. Just been hoarding them.
And Miyoni says, I used to search my inventory for quest turn-in items instead of right-clicking the turn-in box and clicking them to turn in instantly.
Miyoni, we're oh honey, yes, I feel you. That was when Pete I said that, I was just what?
I remember this distinctly when you saw me do a turn-in like that for the first time. I guess I just kind of did it by accident and figured it out and had been doing that really early in the game.
It's just your automatic way to...
And then you saw me do that and you were like, what the fuck did you just do?
Yeah.
That was the most mind-blowing thing you
had
ever seen.
Thing. Because not only did you have to find the one item, but then you had to find the second item, and sometimes it was in the key items, and sometimes it wasn't in the key items. And it was just... Also, another thing that bothers me is why is there so much inventory space in the key items, but you never have more than 6?
Yeah, they need a half... even fucking cut and quarter the key items and add that shit to inventory.
Great Honey Badger, I love you. I used to be an adventurer like you. But then I took an arrow to the knee.
Skyrim crossover? Is that where we're going next?
No, because ESO's in Skyrim right now.
We can still do a crossover, right?
Well, it'd be an ESO crossover because Skyrim or ESO, literally the new expansion is we're going to Skyrim.
Let's just meld that shit together, man. Little help helps everyone.
ESO just melded it. I'm telling you.
They didn't release Skyrim just now.
They literally went to Skyrim in ESO.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that shit was like later on. I thought
It is, but they're in that part of the world.
Something.
Oh my god, that's the name of the... Never mind. Not gonna try. Done. I'm done trying, guys.
That's the only Elder Scrolls game I ever played is Skyrim.
You didn't even play it long. You said you played...
I fucking beat Skyrim.
That's the opposite of what you told me.
I beat Skyrim. I was having a fucking family on Skyrim.
All right.
Did that housing expansion. God damn, I was better at Skyrim than you were. Do we have anything we want to talk about? Okay.
Yeah,
what?
how long it takes to get your goddamn Mogstation item. Oh my god.
Chili says he just hoarded cheese in his house in Skyrim.
Yeah.
That's a viable way to play that game.
Oh, I just got it. Okay, sorry.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, Avi. Well, I can't even ask you a question when you're about to take out your fucking Peacock mount. Don't fuck it up, Avi. Don't accidentally delete it.
Are you an idiot?
No. What's it look like, Avi? Why are you taking so long?
Because I had to use it, and then I have to go and I have to find it. And I have too many mounts I haven't actually opened.
Oh my god.
There's a green...
You are the worst.
I have like 5 mounts I haven't opened yet.
Alright, Abby. We are a podcast. We are not a...
But you gotta move because that's a bad view. Stand over here.
God.
You're not gonna be able to see it.
We are... This is
So
an
pretty.
audio medium.
It's so pretty.
That's a pillar. Sorry, podcast
Oh my god, you guys, my
listeners.
favorite part of this is that I can cover up Pete completely.
Can't cover me up. My afro looks like your peacock's butthole.
I don't see it.
There it is.
Oh my god, I love this. It's like the colors are so gorgeous. It's like turquoise and like this beautiful like jade green and then like a rust color. You guys, oh my god, it's so freaking gorgeous. I just love not... Wait. Okay, let me see. This is what you see. So then here, boom. Let me cover Pete up because his camera view is crap. There you go. I wish I could make it stay there.
I was just enjoying being your peacock's butthole.
I wish I could make him stay there. Oh, I can't hear the music because I've got headphones on to hear Pete. Oh my god, I love that. I can just like... I want to like walk up to everyone. It's like the hand in the face is the peacock feathers in the face.
All right. Really quickly, Avi, let's do one more issue that I had.
I'm gonna keep doing this.
For today.
Wait, it doesn't work if the game isn't
concerns the MSQ roulette.
Uh-huh.
Something you are very well versed in.
Am I?
Something I encountered a few months ago doing an MSQ roulette was that I disconnected during it. But do you know what happens when you disconnect during an MSQ roulette? Specifically, when you disconnect inside a cutscene?
Nope.
When you re-log in, you're no longer in that cutscene. It fast forwards you to the next fight.
Oh.
So you can start fighting that next fight. So now, apparently...
Oh, that's fucked up.
People are now disconnecting on purpose.
Yeah, legit. That's what I would do.
So they can start the next fight to make stuff go a little bit quicker.
That's fucked up.
What's your opinion on that, Avi?
Didn't I just give it?
That's fucked up. Is that what you got going?
Yeah, don't do it.
Yes. I never even thought about that. That's too much fucking work for me. Like, I am not going to purposely disconnect myself just to make a run go 3 minutes quicker, 5 minutes quicker.
Chili says that people have been doing that for farming tomes, and it's been a thing since the Mog tome.
I don't remember hearing about it previous to this one. I just saw a post on the forums about it, and I had kind of like, I noticed that a few runs this week. I was like, man, a couple people have been like disconnecting, and enough people did it that it made an impression in me. And then I saw the post on the Mogs or on the Lodestone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. People are doing that now. But it only really makes sense if you can get if you queue with a group of people to be able to get that next mob down a significant HP. Otherwise, you're just waiting for everyone to come there anyways to kill it.
I mean, but you don't have to sit there and watch the cutscenes you've seen a bazillion times.
Yeah, but what would you rather do? Watch a cutscene and watch YouTube at the same time, or fucking go on to the next fight and
I don't know, Pete. Everybody's different. Some people might enjoy going or being early in a fight and killing things.
Yeah, and that's your perspective. You can do that. Like jacking off but never coming, in my opinion. Fucking worthless. You gotta wait for everyone anyways.
Okay. Also,
That was a perfect analogy, in my opinion.
no, no, it's not. By the way, if you guys are here with me, I have been actively making sure the peacock tail keeps feathering opening up because I think it's so cool.
A couple of people are saying you queue with a full party and half the party takes turns logging out and back in. Then each team starts the fight. Oh, wow.
Aurora says that I did a run with a white mage who did that and was absolutely obnoxious about it, and you blacklisted their ass.
When
I don't blame you.
When it's only one of you doing it, it doesn't make a big difference. But if what Gray Honey Badger says is you have it up, then I guess you could effectively make it half the time.
Yeah. You have a group doing it together?
Yeah, I have no problem if you're a full group of 8 doing it. Fucking knock yourself out.
But the whole reason they did it, they're going to fix it. Like, if it becomes rampant, they're going to fix it because they changed it for a reason.
Well, what could they do? I don't know if they have the technology to fix it. They're fucking working with cans and strings. I don't know. Seems sometimes that's how it is.
It has been rampant. It's gotten pretty bad. I expect, I don't know, like, because I know they're stretched thin with trying to get everything out with the teleworking status of everybody. But, yeah, we'll see.
Well, apparently Japan conquered COVID, so they should be heading back to work soon. I don't know. Let's move on to the Community Roundup, partner. And this week we have Zepla. I think we've talked about her before. So we'll link to her channel in the show notes. But her newest video is so fucking crazy.
She's the punniest content creator in Final Fantasy area.
Not only the punniest.
Oh, she's definitely the punniest. That's my favorite part about her.
I said not only. But this video is how to obtain every mount.
Okay, Pete, but you're literally doing community content or community roundup for one person, and you're like, not only is she punny, but let me talk about this one thing she created. Different. Like, instead of talking about the creator and all the things they've done.
Okay. I'm just talking about her latest to it. She does lots of things. She's very punny, as Avi said. But I'm just talking about the latest one. It's how to obtain every mount in Final Fantasy XIV. So I know a lot of you are collectors out there. So all you have to do is watch this video. She breaks it down amazingly. This takes so much work. I have tried. I'm so bad at video editing. I've fucking given up. To make a video like that where she explains how to get every mount, she breaks it down so fucking simple for you. All you have to do is watch. She even put in the table of contents, like where you need to click in the video to see what type of mount you need to get. Just go visit Zepla. She's amazing.
She also streams. She does a lot of things.
Yeah.
She's really funny. If you're not a big fan of like dad jokes and puns, then maybe she's not your thing. But I think she's adorable and she's a sweetheart. And if you have not checked out her content, I highly recommend you do.
Yes. So that is the Community Roundup. I think we already went through all the Twitter responses we had because I've just been tweeting out questions for y'all. And thank you so much for responding. No emails. I haven't checked for Twitter reviews because y'all made me sad.
Twitter reviews?
iTunes reviews.
Oh.
Sorry.
Thank you for that link, Chili.
Let's get to the outro.
Oh. I was too busy opening my peacock tail. So on that note, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, we've enjoyed hanging out with all of you live here on Twitch. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Be sure to hit that follow button so you know the next time we will be going live. And a huge thank you to everyone listening to the podcast through iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and the new app that's going to come out tomorrow that's going to make these other ones trash. You really are the reason we keep making episodes. And remember,
Apparently that's Spotify.
wherever you do listen, it would mean a shit ton to us if you gave our little shit podcast a rating or review, even though Pete's not going to read them. And so in that note, just remember to tell a friend to check us out. Here with Vegan Pete, I'm Avi Ale, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.